Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar, on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, WKRA 92.7, The Change. I'm your host this morning, DJ Kitty Cat. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar, my sister.
Hello.
And today is another beautiful morning that, hey, God has allowed us to wake up and see. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday? Woo.
Yeah, Tuesday.
We a little bit. We inching closer, y'all. So happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone has something good to drink, either water, coffee, tea, orange juice, and you guys are settling in, and we're going to start our show. We've got some interesting guests today, and I am so thrilled to bring them to you guys. We're going to talk to a veteran, a combat veteran. His name is Tom, and we're going to talk to Shayla. She is a leader in our community, and I'm super excited. So I'm not going to give it all away. I want you guys to stick around because we have some great information for all of us. Before we get started, we start every show with affirmations from our affirmation queen. That is Mrs. Morningstar. You guys should have seen the face you just made. Yes, our affirmation queen. Go ahead, Morningstar. What do you have for us this morning?
All right. So good morning, everybody. Again, in light of today's beautiful topics and show, we have leaders and we have veterans in the house. I decided to do an affirmation, and it's on hold on one second, let me get to it. It's about feeling safe and supported, because in leadership you want to feel safe and supported, and we feel safe and supported with our veterans as well. So it's called I Choose to Find People Who Make Me Feel Safe and Supported. When you have people in your corner who make you feel validated and understood, it's easier to feel empowered by all aspects of your life, and creates a community of people who do not only look like you, but can relate to you in your life experiences as a Black person, and will help you gain a sense of belonging, curb some of the loneliness you may feel, and make you feel more safe and supported. At the end of the day, we all got to pull out this affirmation when you need to give yourself permission to let go of anybody who may be detrimental to your mental health, and claim relationships with people who make you feel seen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, being seen and heard is imperative, especially now. We're
Yes.
no longer holding our voices. We're no longer holding back and just waiting on somebody else to fix it. It's up to us. And so that's why we're here. That's why Our Plugs was created. And this is the reason why we've all come together as a strong knit family to make sure that that absolutely happens. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I love how you always tie in the affirmations to what we're going to talk about. That is true leadership right there. That's a leadership quality, folks.
Well, thank you. I think I think that we need to embrace a lot of these topics that we get the pleasure of hearing throughout this Our Plugs journey. So, if we can tie in, we could start it off on that positive note. I think it helps people to better understand and take in the information we all receive. That's my opinion.
Love it. Love it. That's why you are the affirmation queen. I'm gonna need you to get you a shirt that says affirmation queen, honey. Okay.
Oh, that's
So
so funny.
today is going to be beautiful in Holly Springs. Again, 76-degree weather. Oh my goodness. A high of 76, a low of 57. You got winds out of the south and southwest, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. It's going to be, pretty sunny. It may have some afternoon clouds, but for the most part, absolutely beautiful. That 70s weather from a 70s baby.
I love the 70s. That's
Me
the
too.
best weather.
It is. Memphis, you actually have great weather as well. You've got a high of 75, a low of 60, mostly sunny, south by southwest winds, 15 to 25 miles per hour. And it may get a little higher. So, you guys, it's going to be a little bit windier there. And then you have Houston, where we're at, where it's hot
Mhm.
already, 81 degrees.
It was nice though, a breeze. It was another
Yeah,
breeze
as long
today.
as we keep the breeze, we'll be okay.
Come
Low
on.
of 69. So, it's going to be nice weather in the evening and windy, partly cloudy, gusty winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour, may even get up to 40 miles per hour. So, windy, but I love it. I cannot complain.
Yeah.
Unlike our, I'm sad to say there were 39 lives lost over the weekend due to
Mm.
tornadoes, wildfires, and
Yeah.
winds. 10 states were affected. Two violent tornadoes, EF4s, touched down in Arkansas,
Mm.
dust storms, and 130 wildfires that actually some people succumbed to. So
Mm.
my heart goes out to those people. Prayers are with you. Just know that the community and the nation, we are praying for you. Anytime we are hit by Mother Nature, there all you can do is be supportive as you can be. We had lost lives in Texas, Oklahoma, and in Kansas. So let's say a prayer for those people who are dealing with picking up the pieces as well as burying their loved ones. So my
Yeah.
heart and prayers go to all of you. Thoughts and prayers sincerely. We do have some winter storms that are leaving the Rockies and headed towards the Midwest. Now, I grew up in the Midwest, and I know what that means. More snow is coming. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, you can always move to Texas, but Texas is full. So pull out your snow, your jackets, and put your snow
Kitty
boots back
is
on.
now the ambassador of Texas. She giving
It's
y'all
full.
she telling y'all it's too many of us here. It's too much. It's
Yeah.
crowded.
We got to spread it out. I know Texas is big, but we can only hold so much. The roads can only, I should never have to drive 45 minutes to go 20 miles ever. That should be illegal instead of, not buying that raggedy. Oh, I'm sorry. I digress. My bad. My bad. Y'all know how I get. Y'all,
My
that,
fault. If you almost blacked
yes.
out. You almost
Yes,
blacked
I
out.
did. I lost
Uh-huh.
myself for a second there.
Mm-hmm.
WKRA 92.7. You guys should be used to me by now. Sometimes I go off the rails when I
Off
start
the rails, right?
thinking about the
We all do.
insanity that we're living through. So my bad, my bad. But no, that should be illegal. 45-minute drive and only to go 20 miles versus that raggedy car that the White House was selling, because now it's a used car lot instead of the
Mm-hmm.
actual White House. Anywho,
Oh, yeah.
do you want to start with the current events or is it my turn? No,
Yeah,
it's your turn. Mm-mm.
we can get into I started out with some current events. So mine is the foolery, of course. So um TD, TD, TJD, what do you call it? TDG, TD,
D, D,
DJ. I have
DJT.
other names for him. So it's
Yes, but we're on the radio,
okay. So,
so we're
but
gonna.
Donald Trump. So
Yeah, yeah.
Donald Trump says he was up tweeting. He was up on his X or his what is it called?
Live
His
social.
his live social, you live social,
Live social. It
live
ain't no
social.
truth in it.
So
So it's
truth,
live
yeah, the
social.
live social. He was up late at night, sign of dementia, and he was
Allegedly.
allegedly he was
Thanks,
tweeting that Biden his pardons that he did are actually going to be voided because he signed with an auto pen.
So what year is this? I just need some clarity. What year is this?
First off, before we even get into the year, auto pen?
That's what I want to know. 2025, we do electronic signatures everywhere.
But the fact that he calling it auto pen is just blows my mind.
Well,
He said,
go ahead.
he says too many pardons were issued by Joe Biden, and we're going to have to void them because former President Joe Biden signed it with an auto pen, and that should be considered void. There's no evidence that this claim that he's making. It was posted on his Truth Live social. Nobody was able to verify anywhere in the Constitution or any kind of document that these were illegal, that is illegal or unlawful or anything to that nature. But he felt the need to do his late night tweeting of that.
So auto pen, meaning electronic signature. We are in 2025. This is how we sign documents. Next, he's going to say he wants a telegraph, or what was it for Morse code? That little shoe.
I'm gonna need him to speed up. We are not in 1785, sir. I don't know.
He must think that we're in 17 something because he's trying, according to 1798, he's trying to deport folks who
in
are now.
law,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not in 1798. We have everything's computer.
Yeah.
The Tesla.
He got in the Tesla. He got in the when he was doing his auto sale at the White House.
Yeah, when he was selling.
And he sat in there and he said, "Wow, it's all computerized."
No, he didn't say computerized.
What did he say?
Computerized would have halfway made sense. He said it's all computer. I don't know what that means. But we're not in 1798, and we do use technology to sign documents now. Somebody get Grandpa.
Somebody get him caught up.
You're gonna be the
president. You got to be caught up on current events. I mean, this is ridiculous.
This is so embarrassing.
So then, in sports news, Tiger Woods. He tore his Achilles while training. Had to undergo surgery. Well, Tiger, let's rewind back a little bit. You came to the White House on their fake Black History. Was it the event? Yeah. And you bumped and rubbed elbows and shook hands with the man. With that man. And next thing you know, you had bad luck at training. You tore, so you're done. You're done, Tiger. You guys gotta realize at some point, Super Bowl, the Canada hockey game against the United States, and now the NASCAR, and now Tiger Woods. He not good luck. Y'all need to.
Everything he touches turns to
that word.
Yeah, everything he touches. It doesn't fare well. I don't want him cheering for me at all. Don't cheer for me.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I don't want to come. I don't want to come over. No, thank you.
Good on all of those fronts. I hear that tourism is down now. I wonder why.
Kitty.
I wonder why. Why wouldn't people want to come to America? Tourism is taking a hit now because, we have an administration that is truly inept. And I wouldn't, if another country was acting this way and it's time for me and my family to take a vacation, I would not be going. I wouldn't come to America either. I cannot blame them. And on top of that, if I were to come to America, I would want to see the Statue of Liberty. And France said, give us back our stuff.
I, I heard that. I heard they said give it back.
They said give it back.
They sick of us.
I can't blame them. I cannot blame them. You know, it's a sad state of events. He deported a professor from Brown University to Lebanon. Even though the courts ruled, he still did it. And then on top of that,
she was a doctor.
She was a doctor.
And she did kidney transplants. So she had a pretty significant job, and her visa was still valid. Her HB1 visa.
Yeah. No reason. No.
Defiant.
The 9th District Appeals Court upheld Judge William Alsup's decision for probationary employees firing to be unlawful and ordered the administration to rehire these people. Mm-hmm. Now, that is good news. That is the Department of Agriculture, Defense, Energy, Interior, Treasury, and Veterans Affairs. So, you know, these people can be rehired. I mean, they're supposed to be. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to fight that. He's taken, you know, the 1798 Aliens Enemies Act to the Supreme Court. So hopefully he'll just do what he's supposed to do, but typically doesn't do what he's supposed to do, unfortunately.
And isn't he also doing the birth, the national
that's the birth? Yeah, that's birthright citizenship. That is
birthright citizenship. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge James Boasberg told him that it's unlawful. You know, it's been on the books since 1798. And you're just going in and saying, this is what I want to do. You're not a king. But anyway, hundreds of Johnson Space Center employees are looking, well, there's protests because there's talk of Doge laying those people off as well. Tell me again, somebody explain it to me like I'm 3. Why are people who aren't government officials going in and doing anything? And why are we allowing it to happen? I don't know. I wish I did.
Something else.
It's a mess.
It is.
You know, it's a mess. And hopefully the judges, maybe I'll listen to the Supreme Court. But, you know, the Supreme Court told him he had complete immunity. So,
well, and you know, it's compromised. However, the Supreme Court did hold up when it came to USAID and that money being released. And it was because 2 of the Republican Supreme Court SCOTUS went to the other side and agreed with the liberal side when it comes to that. So, you know, we know those 3, they gonna stand firm and strong, you know, when it comes to Trump. But but you know, I think that we shall see when it comes.
We shall.
Can I say one more story, Kitty, before we go to break? On a lighter note, on a positive note,
something positive, please.
Yes, a Black pastor distributes 40,000 eggs to communities in Chicago struggling with rising food costs. So a pastor by the name of Charlie Dates is stepping up to support the Chicago families struggling with rising grocery costs. He has led the distribution of 40,000 eggs across the city to provide immediate relief instead of waiting on government help. The giveaways come as egg prices remain high and ongoing bird flu crisis is still going strong. He stepped up and did something wonderful for the community. We don't hear these stories too often of pastors, you know.
Yeah.
We've been seeing in the news, you know.
Hasn't been Christ-like.
It's been a little disturbing about
it hasn't been Christ-like.
Exactly. So this is a very good deed. This is
Positive.
Christian like. This is, you're servicing your community, you're stepping up. And I give kudos to Pastor Charlie Dates in
I
Chicago.
do too. I do too. I applaud him. I truly feel like our pastors should step up. You get all these offerings, but I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want to offend anybody on my thoughts as
Yeah.
to that. But I do give kudos to that pastor for reaching out to take care of his
Being a
community.
servant to his community.
Absolutely. I hope other pastors follow suit. It would be
Absolutely.
a great thing. We'll be right back. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after these quick commercial breaks.
Right.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Kicks LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugs.com. Can't wait to see you.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I'm here with my co-host, Mrs. Morningstar. My name is DJ Kitty, and today is Tuesday. We're going to talk to our veterans first, and then we're going to hop right on over and speak with some great leaders. Let's go ahead and bring Ali Goat and combat vet Tom to the stage. Hello, Ali Goat. Good morning, Tom.
What's going on? What's going on? What's
Good
going on?
morning.
Good morning. What's going on? Hey, welcome to Veterans Voice. I'm your host, Viper Vet. Listen, I want everybody to be positive. I want everybody to thank the veteran who voted on the right side of history and uphold their oath to the Constitution. All right, that's what we want you to do. So, we got a whole bunch of things going on, and a whole bunch of veterans and family members of veterans being affected, and it is sad to see. It is sad to see. Um, it the stories are many, right? I got one I just saw today, and this is what's going on, right? And we got more to come. I'm pretty sure. Um, I'm pretty sure Combat Vet is going to talk about this right here, or even more than what I'm going to say, right? I found this article. Black Medal of Honor recipient removed from the U.S. Department of Defense website. Page honoring Charles C. Rogers for his Vietnam War service is now taken off, right? And the letters DEI was added to the website address. A
So
medal
wait, Ali. Wait, hold on. They took his information off and added DEI?
in the web address, and you can't find anything. It's a 404 error message.
I'm going back on mute.
This is a Vietnam Medal of Honor recipient. You don't just walk around and get a Medal of Honor. You don't just bump into a Medal of Honor and then, oh, I got it pinned on my chest. But this is what they're doing uh, in many different ways. I'll tell you another way. I was doing a training, training, and there was a female training called diversity. This and many training from website and federal platforms. The date was 18 February. That's when they removed it. They're doing this on a large scale in different ways. And I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with diversity. What's wrong with honoring our heroes, no matter what color they are? Charles C. Rogers. What's wrong with that? From what I see on his uniform here, he's either a major or lieutenant colonel. So he's a major. Yeah, major. I'm sorry. It says Major General Charles Calvin Rogers. So I'm even wrong right here. The photo I have, it maybe is out. I'm not sure if it's outdated or I'm just looking at it wrong.
Needless to say, he's been removed from the White House webpage.
Yeah, so he's not known. I guarantee it, right? So this is
so Ali, we're getting feedback and echoes. Can you swap out? I don't want the show to. I don't want it to skip because I know that what you're saying is so important.
Is this better?
Can you hear me better now? Talking. Tom, can you go on mute? You go on. Let's everybody go on mute while Ali talks because we're having feedback on your end.
Is this better now? Can you hear me better now? All right. Just scale, right? I think in the cemeteries they're taking away the website folks who were buried there also. So if you're a friend and often I mean, it takes that's how large it is, right? And they're removing loved ones or
Ali, we're getting every other word, babe. We're getting every other word.
Let me remove.
You're gonna have to take your mic. I believe it's your mic, and you're on your desktop. Go ahead and.
This probably is better.
Keep talking.
Is this better? All right. So
there we go.
Right, they're removing folks from websites and folks that to this, right? And the folks are one set of people. Just one set of people.
No. Ali, go ahead and drop. Let's go ahead and go to let's let Combat Vet go ahead and drop and switch. You're gonna have to switch to your either a tablet or a phone. Your desktop, you're probably on your desktop with your mic and it's skipping. It's skipping the show. Raven, we are at 28 minutes. Go ahead and cut that section. All right. Go ahead, Tom. Let's go ahead and pull you up. Ali, go ahead and drop down and come back, please. And so welcome to the show, Combat Vet. Tom, I know that we spoke with you a couple weeks ago. Was it last week? Actually, yes, because you were going to the march. Did you attend the march? You can come off mute.
Yes, ma'am. I was and also Union Gang, Riggs.
Yeah, Rig was at the march as well, and Jolly. I saw the pictures and the videos on TikTok. I'm extremely proud of you guys. I know the purpose of that was to make sure that your voices were heard. I see Viper Bet is back, and you're skipping just a tad bit. Okay, Ali, go ahead and come off mute. Nope. Nope. Can't even hear you this time. Can't even hear you.
Just a few technical issues, you guys. We gonna work through it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I'm gonna
happens
have
in radio land. So
it does. It
give
does.
us a little patience, but we're working through it.
We're working
It's
through
better
it.
right now.
I'm gonna
Can you
have
hear me?
Raven.
Good now. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's a lot better. Keep talking.
All right, all right. So they're doing the wiping of the hero from this country, from the way where you could locate your heroes like Major General Charles here, and it is a little bit ridiculous, right? So we just got to make sure that we pay attention and we lift. You see some protests that we've had protests, and a lot of veterans even voted for it. So this is not a thing that we should all make sure our voices are heard. And so comment against Trump here. So comment it.
Ali, can you go to your phone? Drop your tablet and go ahead and go, or your desktop, and go ahead and go to your phone.
All right.
All right. And then I'm gonna need you to do that part over. I'm gonna have Raven cut from 27 seconds until when you start. Go ahead and drop to your phone. Just give us a few seconds, guys.
You want to play a quick commercial?
Yeah, let's go ahead and go to commercial.
Okay, guys, we'll be with you. We'll be back in just a few. We're going to take a quick commercial.
Hello, fellow taxpayers. I'm Andre Martinez, and as the founding owner of EA Tax Pros, I can honestly tell you that our clients trust our team of highly skilled and experienced accountants. Why? Because we work with a passion to keep your money in your pockets, and we keep filing taxes simple, regardless of any situation. And let's be honest, taxes are not everyone's favorite. That's why, as a multi service accounting firm, our professional accountants have a deep understanding in all areas of accounting, and as well as tax planning, preparation, and resolving your tax issues. We lead the way of effectively utilizing the tax regulations and IRS codes to help our clients clearly identify the path of their personal, nonprofit, and business goals. So, if you don't know how to start your business or your nonprofit, we welcome you to the EA Tax Pros team, and you will have access to our enrolled agents who have earned the highest certification of the IRS, as well as CPAs, certified acceptance agents, and QuickBooks certified pro advisors. So give us a call, 713-496-0262. Or you can visit us at ea-taxpros.com. So come join the team that taxpayers trust. Also, don't forget to check out ourplugs.com, a community built with culture.
And we are back. Hopefully we can we have resolved the issue. Hi, Allie. Go ahead and come off mute. We dropped again. Let's go ahead and go to combat vet. Tom. Tom, tell us about your experience. Tell us about your experience.
Very good. I mean, there was not many opposition, and the opposition didn't know what to do. They were very confused on why we were there, because they're not expecting veterans to be against Trump, because veterans love Trump, So the few opposition that were there, I mean, I gave them a little bit of sauce, because they wanted to come over here and try to make people uncomfortable. I was like, yo, like, how do you guys like that salute? Like asking questions, and soon as like I started to like give them that same energy back, they didn't want anything to do with that, so they backed off really fast, so like it was good. It was a great time. Everybody was united, and great speakers. We had a speaker from the insurrection. He was one of the police officers that got assaulted, and he was basically telling us, he had a panic attack before he came in there because it felt like he was back at that day, um, and we got the message, through to people, and the only negative was the fact there wasn't much media coverage.
Yeah, well, let me say this time, I do appreciate the fact of what I saw, but I'm not surprised that there wasn't a lot of media coverage. We have to think about the administration that's controlling the airways. They're not going to show that there's vets out here that are trying to stand up and encourage other vets to look. We need to march and protest. I get it. They're not going to do it. But the fact, just because they won't show it, doesn't mean that you guys don't go out there and let your voices be heard. And on top of that, your voice is being heard here. So I encourage you to invite other veterans to come on here so that, they can get their message out. Our veterans need to hear that they are not alone. They need to know that there is a community that's welcoming to them. I know that the entire point of this was to let the world see that, yes, there were veterans that voted for him, but there were veterans that didn't realize that he was going to come after them. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people didn't realize that Trump was going to come after them. They just thought that he was going to come after a certain hue of people. And now they're finding out the hard way. And, sometimes you unfortunately get what you pay for. You ask for it, although we screamed to the highest mountains that this was going to happen, people chose to choose a criminal over an educated Black woman. But that doesn't mean that you give up. People make mistakes. People were fooled. Some people went off of racism. Let's just call a thing a thing. Some people chose to be racist. But now everybody's seeing the true nature of the beast that they put into office. And I'm hoping our vets continue to stand up. That's my piece. I hope our vets continue to stand up. I'm going to go on mute. Ali, I think that you're back. It looks like you're moving, so go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me good now? So look, it's good to see that even people, well, some vets who voted for him, right? They're now realizing, oh crap, I made a mistake, right? So everybody, and some people are too proud to say, you know what, I made a mistake. They're sticking with what they had, but whitewashing history has never gone well anytime. So to see these folks protesting and standing up, it's great to see. And some coverage have been made, right? I do have one clip to play right here, and then we'll get to Tom, and we'll see what he has coming up because I'm pretty sure he's connected. He's in some of the clips. I should have got the one with him, but next time you come on, I'm gonna have to play that one. Let me play this clip from one of these news agencies here,
the Trump
and
proposed cuts. Today, veterans took over the national. protest the Trump administration's proposed cuts to Social Security, job losses, reductions in services, and the pardoning of January 6th rioters.
Our Lionel Donovan is live along the mall with more on their line now.
Lorenzo, well, the organizers of today's protest, now DC, tell me that they chose today for 314 in order to highlight the third section of the 14th Amendment, which bars public officials from holding public office if they've engaged in an insurrection. Now, veterans today called out the recent act of President Trump and Elon Musk. They agencies, especially on the veteran community, many of whom are now a job. They're also concerned.
Are you hearing the audio well? Because it's skipping on my end.
Yeah, it's skipping.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
that's audio from a protest that they had for against them, right? And if I'm not mistaken, it's all the capitals of all the states they had a protest. So I think there are more protests being organized. There are more groups coming out. I know they have another group that's trying to take money out of politics as well, and that's led by a veteran who voted for him. And now he's realizing, like, oh man, we got to turn this thing around. But let me bring a comeback vet. What do you have to say? I know you have some stuff lined up. So explain what you saw when you went to this rally and what you have planned going forward.
I just saw confused Trump supporters when they did come up there. I did see one agitator that seemed to be paid, but as soon as he realized that, when you're messing with veterans, it's a whole nother animal. He definitely didn't like the sauce very much. But so now to piggyback what Viper was talking about, how erasure of veterans that have fought in different wars, especially World War II veterans. I'm going to be organizing a nationwide protest on April 30th, and I will be organizing protests in DC. I applied for the permits today. I already have 2 guest speakers. One is Laura. I don't recall her last name. She is a comedian out of New York. Also was someone who organized a protest in New York. I was at her protest a couple weeks ago, and her family fled Poland during the Nazi regime. So, I'm glad DJ Kitty you mentioned that, because we have to be brave. We can't be afraid to try new things. We can't be afraid to take that step forward, and we have to take initiative. Anything's possible if you put your mind to it. When it comes to organizing and making a difference, you just have to try. If you don't try, you'll never. What's the worst that can happen? You may fail. So what? You fail once or twice, get back up and keep doing it. Eventually, someone's going to hear you.
Yep.
And,
Absolutely. So let me ask you, Tom, how can people get in touch with you if they are
You read
looking?
my mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me.
No, go ahead. I want you. Go ahead. You ask.
Go ahead, Tom.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I want you to ask. Go ahead.
Okay, so Tom, how would people get in touch with you if they are trying to join and be a part of this march on April 30th in DC? Now, didn't he name it District of America? Never mind, DC, District of Columbia. I'm sorry. See, there I go again. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't help myself.
DJ Kitty, hit the mute button.
All right, I'm gonna go on mute. All right.
change it from District of Columbia, because I just found out why the name of it is District of Columbia, because we named it after Christopher Columbus, who is a genocidal maniac. But anyway, we'll pass on that. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to find me on, Combat Vets Against Trump, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Substack. Just message me. You can find Viper. He'll get you in touch with me. And listen, we're all human here. We're all on this earth together, and we have to find peace somehow. And Donald Trump ain't it. And April 30th is a very very significant date. If you don't know, check your history. It was a fall of a dictator. He led a war in the 1940s. So I mean, we also want to celebrate those who fled those times, those who of the BIPOC community and LGBTQ community who fought in those wars that are being erased at this time. And that's really important. And it's really important that, veterans of those family members speak. Veterans of today's age speak, that are, of BIPOC or LGBTQ, because, transgender veterans are being kicked out because of their identity, which is completely against the Constitution. It all correlates together. It's all a repeat of history that we don't want to go back down those times. So we have to have a time of remembrance, a time of mourning for our brothers and sisters that are going through this right now. And we have to have a time of, we have to remember history, and if we have to let people know that, hey, history is repeating itself, we have to do something. What better day than the day of the fall of the dictator?
So let me round it up, because I'm pretty sure we got to get to a commercial break, and then we got to roll into the next segment. So 30 April, right? And it's where can if somebody wanted to go to the march, where do they go?
We're going to the National Mall, the same place we were last weekend.
Okay, and so they can find you, Combat Vets Against Trump. That is Combat Vets Against Trump on all platforms. Just plug that in, especially on TikTok. If you can't find them, make sure you send me a message. Hey, how do I find the guy that you had on? How do you find him? If you can't find him, send me a message, right? Combat Vets Against Trump. That's Combat Vets Against Trump, 30 April. And it's going to be at a National Mall. All right. Do you have to be a veteran to to participate?
We want people from all communities to be here. This is not a veterans march. This is a call to action that we are facing dictatorship in America, and we want people to understand that no dictator, lasts forever. All dictators do fall, and we have to show resilience against fascism. We have to embrace history, and people have to share their stories. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want history to repeat itself.
Absolutely. Tom, we want to thank you for coming once again and showing and sharing your story, sharing your experience last Friday with our plugs listeners, WKRA 92.7. We implore you guys to join our plugs. Tom, why don't you go ahead and make your profile in our plugs, because people can actually message you there as well. And you can get people to sign up or give them the information there as well. So I'm quite sure Viper Vet can help you get set up on that in our plugs so that you can.
I'm horrible with technology.
Okay, I get it. But Viper can help you get set up in our plugs, and that way those who are listening can go ahead and reach out to you and join your movement on April 30th at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I'm your host, DJ Kitty. I'm here with my co-host, Ms. Morningstar. We just listened to Veterans Voices with our host, Viper Vet. He had Combat Vets Against Trump. Tom on. He graced us with his presence once again. We will be right back after this quick commercial break. Opalmay Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skin care in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opalmay Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Are back. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your patience today. We see you in the chat, our YouTube family in the chat. Thank you so much for keeping us on schedule and helping us to know when we're having technical difficulties. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, Tom and Viper Vet, thank you so much for all of your words of wisdom. I love listening to vets. I'm a military brat, so it's just, I feel at home. It helps me with missing my dad, actually. So we're going to move to the next segment, which is Miss Shayla Barnhart. I am so excited to meet this young lady.
So let's bring, you want me to
yes,
bring DC and Reggie up and Shayla all
Yep,
together?
absolutely.
Let's
absolutely.
bring everybody up and let them get on in here. Come on, Miss Shayla.
Well, hello, Miss Shayla.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is so good to meet you. I've heard wonderful things about you from our brother Reggie right here. Good morning, DC.
Good morning. Good morning.
That voice, that radio voice, you guys, I know everybody just perked up. Say it again. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, DC. Good morning, Reggie. And good morning, Shayla.
Good morning.
And hey, Reggie. Hey, Reggie. So, Reggie, I'm gonna go on mute and I'm gonna throw it to you. You go right ahead. You're on mute though. You're on mute. Although Miss Morningstar told me to go on mute early. I'm gonna go on mute now. Go ahead, Reggie.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Just again, happy to be here with my newfound family. Again, just wonderful day to everyone in the listening audience. And listen, Shayla is just an all-around wonderful human being, and I wanted to be sure that I wasn't keeping her as a best-kept secret. And so when we came on, leaders who mentor, and the men went up 7-0. I heard the cry for help from DJ Kitty and Miss Morningstar that, the women, need help. So I knew who I could turn to. And so I called on Shayla, and she was, not a surprise to me. She was more than willing to come in and just to share her light, because that's literally what she is a light. And so I just thought that she would be a great way to share what she does and how she is instrumental in uplifting the community and people that she just encounters. So I'll give it to DC. If there's anything that you'd like to do, any preliminaries, and then we can bring Shayla on and have her share.
Absolutely. Again, I think networking and being attached to positive people is always a great asset to have. And I also welcome Shayla to the panel, and I can't wait to hear her impact and how she's affected her community.
That sounds wonderful. And before we hear from Shayla, let's play her quick commercial. Just 1 second.
Hi, my name is Shayla Barnhart. I am first and foremost an advocate for people. I am also a senior manager of technology talent acquisition at one of the world's most largest and recognizable media and entertainment companies. I am also a board member of Positive Results Center, also called PRC, which emphasizes in mental health awareness in the Los Angeles area.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, go ahead, Reggie. Go ahead and introduce your guest. I'm going back on mute.
With no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Shayla Barnhart.
Well, thank you so much. I love the warm welcome. I am so happy to be a part of this. And my brother Reggie, we've had so many wonderful talks, and to see the fruition of all those talks, come to something like this is really wonderful. So I really thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. Well, just to give you a little bit of background, I come from San Diego, California. I'm also a military brat. I have a father who is retired Air Force, so I know a lot about just the trials and tribulations of moving around, of really trying to just understand where your place is in society. Growing up in San Diego was not easy. I did not have a lot of people that looked like me, so I really had to find my tribe, and I truly believe your vibe attracts your tribe. And I had really supportive parents and a big family that is from Macon, Georgia. I had to shout out Macon. That really rooted and grounded me. And so I had a grandmother who was very spiritual, very just loving of all people. She was a teacher in the Macon area. And so just having that background has been very helpful in my approach in continuing her legacy. And within doing that, I moved up to LA, went to college. I studied public relations. That was around 2008, not to date myself, but right when that happened, we all know, the housing market crashed and it was just a mess all around during that time. It's kind of, full circle, right? And what we're seeing today with everything going on. And so, with that said, I really had an opportunity to think about what it is that I'm drawn to and what I love to do. And it all came back to storytelling. Once I met someone who was a cognitive therapist, and she told me the first story that you're ever told is usually the story that you play out in your life. So I had to look back and think about what is the first story you're ever told. You have folks that will tell you about their experiences, and that kind of impacts you and how you look and opportunities for yourself. But also, we think about all the folklore, all the different movies that we've watched when we've grown up, and how that shapes your perception and reality. So for me, it took a lot of just self-learning. I think it's very important to know yourself, to be able to know where you want to go and how you can help others. So that's really been my journey. And with that said, I've been in corporate for about 15 years now, and that's been a journey in itself. Because again, growing up where you're not seeing everybody look like you, then you have family, and then you go to this place of work where you're, supposed to be professional, but also, as they say, bring your authentic self. Well, really, sometimes that doesn't always translate. So I've always tried to be a safe space for people, so where that they can talk about any issues that are happening and really navigate some of the challenges. And in doing so, that has helped me connect with people like Reggie, my brother, as well as others, where we share each other's concerns, frustrations, our love for things. And that has led me to become a board member of Positive Results Center, which focuses on mental health awareness. So, with that said, it's been very community driven. It's been giving back to the community because so many things happen, so many trauma based reactions to things happen. And not only does that impact your body, but it impacts your mental health. So, really getting clear about how you feel in the present moment, being able to shine and show up as you are, and truly not only accept yourself, but really not care what other people think, but also understand perception and reality. So that's really been my journey along the way.
That's incredible. Thanks for sharing that with us. Are there some, in addition to what you've already shared, are there some events that you are going to be a part of? Any workshops? Anything that we can look forward to coming up this year I ask that because I think that this is just a pivotal moment in our community, in communities, Black communities, and in communities of peoples of color, where we really need to show up and show out for one another. And if there was ever a moment that we needed to see our community as a body where connection is imperative, I think that moment is definitely and more apparently and vividly now. So are there any ways that we can connect with any events or efforts that you're going to be a part of throughout the rest of this year?
Yes, I can start with one that's going to be happening closer to the end of this month, actually March 29th. It is brought by the Positive Results Center, and they are based in Los Angeles, so it is a regional event, but that does not mean that donations aren't open coming from anywhere. So what they do every year is they have a prom dress gift away and tuxedos. So what they like to do is, as you know, some of you all, maybe not from the LA area, we had a lot of coverage lately about the fires that have recently happened, and that devastated a lot of Black and brown communities. And so when you think about people going through that, when you think about the houseless, when you think about the low income areas, life still happens, right? There's still resources that need to be had. People still need to work and pay for their bills. And one of the biggest things that we know are pivotal in youth is prom. And so what we want to do is get donations. And so from the beginning all the way to the end, they still have a wonderful experience. So we're asking for companies, for people to donate to PRC. We have a lot of sponsors that come in and actually donate dresses. And so this will be at the Dollar High Community Center for those that are familiar with Compton. And what happens is we have stations. So they come in, we know your size, we know what you want. We really um, work with you as if we're your fashion concierge. And it's a really great experience, not only for the person that is experiencing prom, but the family that has the stress of wanting to make sure that they have a great experience. So you come in, you're already well taken care of. You go and get your dress fitting. From the dress, you go and get your shoes, and then you get your purse. And then we also have really great resources for people with makeup. One thing too is self-care. So when you think about deodorant, when you think about self-hygiene, we give away tampons, things that are very important to not just how you look, but how you feel in your health within that. There will also be makeup artists there that will be, helping style those that are interested in what they want to look like for that night. So really coming together and making it a full experience. So that is March 29th at the Dollar High Community Center in Compton. And it starts at 9 a.m. and will probably be till 6 or 7. We make sure everyone is seen, heard, understood, and has everything that they need. Last year, we serviced about 700 people in the community, and they come from all areas. So it was really great to see that and be a part of that. We also have our local council members that come out too, as well as media, to just put a lot of attention on this. Moving forward, PRC always provides youth development. So ideally between the ages of 11-15, there are trauma-informed classes and how you're going through things in life, you want to learn how to deal with them. There's also youth development programs in terms of how you get a job, when you're transitioning into that young adult age. And so it's all the way up to 25 too, but we really focus on that youth just to ensure that they have the support and care that they need. So that's the most recent thing that's coming up that I'm really excited about.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yes.
DJ Kitty, Miss Morningstar, do you guys have any questions? Or?
I have a ton of questions. Write them down. I think that is absolutely amazing. I know that so many suffered from those fires, and the need is there. And I applaud your organization. You said Positive Results Center. So if I'm in Texas and I want to contribute, how do I get in touch with you, Shayla?
Yeah, so
I know you're in Our Plugs. I know you're in Our Plugs.
Yes, I am. I am. So if anybody wants any specific information, feel free. I am on there. But there's also a website. So it's prc123.org. And when you go there, when you'll see that's the first event that pops up, so it gives you all the information. And if you go all the way down, there is a button that says donate, and so that would be the best opportunity if you aren't physically able to ship any items or actually come. The best is to give monetary donation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me ask, are you on social media? Is
I
PRC on?
am.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it your name or is it PRC?
So for PRC website, it would be prc123.org. For me personally, I'm on LinkedIn, which is that professional networking site. So you can find me at Shayla Barnhart when you type it in your LinkedIn. All my other social medias are private, but I welcome
I
anybody if they ever want to connect with me. I am on Instagram. It's Love Shayla 4. So LOVESHAYLA and the number 4. And those are that's the primary one that I'm on. Other than that, I'm on YouTube. It's Career Soul by Shayla B. And the Career Soul part is me also just connecting people for what they want in their lifestyle to their livelihoods. So I do my best to just consult with them, really understand their needs and help them know what they don't know. Because there was a lot of things I didn't know before I got into corporate. And now that I know them, I'm like, these are resources that should be shared for free. So I'm doing
absolutely.
my best to get that information out there.
Well, make sure that you put that information on your profile in Our Plugs so
Yes,
that
ma'am.
people can, yes, ma'am, so that people can, go to Our Plugs and connect with you as well. What we want is our community, no matter where you're at, to be
Mm-hmm.
able to get in contact and do that important networking that you're offering, which I think is amazing, absolutely
Yes.
amazing. I know prom was great for me, so I want every young lady to experience that. It was so much fun. My dad stayed up all night waiting for me to get home. Had to be home. Had to be home by 12 o'clock. Daddy didn't play. No, 12 o'clock. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I'm 18. He did not care, including graduation. 12 o'clock. I know. I know it's embarrassing. Anywho, back to you, Shayla. Back to you. So, I know that you are servicing your community, and I'm hoping that you have others who are servicing as well. So please spread the word. Let
Most
others know about what we have going on. We definitely. So you're our first welcome, our first female leader. Yes, thank you so much because the guys have been beating us 7-1. It was
oh,
7-0, right?
7-0.
oh, I'm here
Reggie,
to
you don't have to.
represent.
Reggie,
Yes.
you don't have
Don't
to
rub it
rub
in.
it in. Don't
Okay,
don't rub it
okay.
in. Yeah, you were
That's
trying
my
to.
competitive name. I'm sorry. That's my competitive name. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Miss Morningstar. I'm gonna go ahead and go on mute. Go ahead.
You pretty much covered some of the questions I had, but I know that you're tied into Disney. Okay, so can you give me a little bit about what you're doing with Disney?
Yes. So my day job is I'm a senior manager of technical talent acquisition. So I look for job applicants to come in and understand what roles are available, primarily in technology. But I also am a co-president of one of our largest Black employee resource groups called the Bond. And what the Bond does is we do our best to retain employees once they join the company. We create a safe space for them. We also have training, wellness. We do a lot with our interns. Disney has a really great program called HBCU, well, for HBCUs called Disney on the Yard. So we do our best to, just really wrap around that community and make sure that, when you come to a corporate, you could feel lost. I know I felt
Mhm.
lost. I didn't know where to go, what to do. So the first thing I tell people is to get connected to employee resource groups. It is a really safe space where you have friendly faces that look like you, that share same background, morals, ethics, and integrity. And you're really able to kind of navigate, some of the things that you might not be able to share with your leader or your
Mhm.
coworkers, and really get that soft landing for you to thrive. And so that's what has retained me so long at the Walt Disney Company, being that I'll be 10 years in July. So it's amazing. And
Right.
yeah, I've just been able to give back to that community that way. So my day job is looking for people to join the company, and then my passion is to keep people here once they join.
Love
Wow,
that.
Shayla,
Very
that's
good.
amazing.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Because you, like you said, you get into corporate America, and I've worked in corporate America before, and I did not like it probably because we didn't have those type of resources. You
Right.
know, sometimes you get into corporate America and you never see people who look like you, and so you kind of feel out of place in some job picnics or holiday parties and things of that nature. So the bond, I even love the name, the bond,
Yes.
because it ties into the plug in a way, our plugs, how we are a community of people who we look alike, in so many words. We're tethering together. And I really, really, really like that. So keep up the good work. You are amazing. Thank you, sis, for joining our team.
Of
We
course. I'm
love to
so
have you here.
glad. Yes, to
Now,
represent. Yes.
we're gonna get some more women too, Reggie.
That's right, Ray.
Well,
We got to network.
Shayla is the plug. That's why I brought her.
It's definitely
Shayla,
the plug.
Shayla,
Yes.
can you talk just a little bit about the other, because there's not only one employee resource group, there are a myriad of them, and I think the bond is tethered to those as well. Can you talk a little bit about kind of the network of resource
Yeah.
groups that you're connected to?
Yeah, and these are my views. I'm not going to speak on behalf of what Disney's doing because everything is
Of course,
changing. So I could say one thing today, and next thing you know, it might change tomorrow. But
of course.
what I have historically known is when I came into the organization, there were over 80 different dimensions of employee resource groups and affinity groups. And that could be anywhere from, again, focus on your dimension of diversity or your passion and hobbies. So, what the organization tries to do, because it is so large, there's a culture in every subsect. So, for instance, Disney does own parks, resorts, and themes, parks and cruise lines. That's a whole nother culture that deals with something different than what a corporate enterprise employee resource group might have. So they might be called Wakanda at Disney. We definitely get creative with the branding there. There's also, with the streaming apps, there's Melanin Collective, there's Nat Geo with DC Noir. So there's just so many different varieties of employee resource groups. But we all come together and create a united front, especially, during Heritage Months like Black History Month. All the collective Bergs came together and was like, we're going to show up and show out and really provide programming that is geared towards internals and really support them and let them know they're seen, heard, valued, and understood. And not only are you included in this, but you belong in this. So that is really what's been important in having support from an organization as big as Disney to allow groups like this to come together and foster that type of sense of inclusion.
That's incredible.
Great.
Yes, it is. My goodness, that is
Yeah.
incredible. I love it. Go ahead, DC.
Yeah, I think what she's doing for the kids, I mean, that's phenomenal. We all know that self-esteem plays a major role in our development. So allowing the people of that community to experience something that many families may have difficulty affording is fantastic. One of the questions I have is, mental health has been such a touchy subject within our community. It's been such a stigma attached to mental health and addressing mental health issues. How do you find um, I guess the word I want to use is, how do you find the acceptance or people to accept, or embrace seeking help when they need it?
I think you meet them where you're at. So I remember not too long ago, PRC held what wasn't labeled as a mental health day, but more so a day where folks of that community can come. And it was open and we advertised it everywhere, but we rented out a house in one of the nice, affluent Black areas in LA. They had yoga, sound baths, massages, everything was free. There was a pool there. So we just offered a day in the community where you can come in and you can talk to someone, you can share experiences that others might not be able to do on a day to day. and really feel valued in that sense and pampered, because I think that's really important too. So I think the stigma with mental health is breaking down in our Black community. You see it a lot by just having these safe spaces on YouTube where you see people talking about it. I see more therapists in need and at the workplace that are available through benefits and resources. And I really think it's just having that conversation, really giving people the resources and tools to be able to have it without it feeling like you're ostracized or something's wrong with me, because we all go through something day to day. And unless you're able to identify it, be aware of it, and go to someone with the best solutions for it, that is how we are going to get even more success with mental health and ensuring that it is top of mind, that it's important, because it affects everything you do from then on. And we see it more than ever, being kind and like going back to the basics, right? Be kind to one another. First of all, be kind to yourself, because how you talk to yourself is how you're going to talk to others.
Yes.
And we all make mistakes. We have moments where we might just be short tempered or not today, right? So giving yourself that space and knowing when to rest, because resting is still doing, you know? So I think people
Yes.
just need to remember that. So it's just getting those resources out there, getting those talking points where people kind of understand and can resonate it, but it's really important to meet people where they're at.
I love that. I just, and just one other opportunity to give Shayla her flowers. Not only is she boots on the ground doing the work, but I mean, she touches. I mean, she's hosted events where I think prestigious individuals and global icons like Angela Bassett and others. So she's not only just on the ground doing the work, but she's also representing us at the highest level. So again, again, I think she's just an asset all around, and I'm just happy to have her as a part of our plugs.
Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Shayla, we are
Right.
so happy to have you.
I
We,
think we get a Shayla times 3, so I think we only down maybe.
Oh
maybe.
no, I think you got the 21 to
Yeah.
7 now. So
Yeah, I think we
I think
kind
you
of,
guys flipped it on us.
We kind of, yeah, I think
we ain't gonna need that many more because we
yeah.
got Shayla.
Shayla, okay.
I love it.
Shayla, please share it with your community, share with your ladies, because we can't let the guys outdo us. There's no way we're
I
gonna.
got you.
I'm
I
sorry,
got you.
DC. I see DC popped on it. His camera popped on as soon as I said that on my end. This is our last. We got our last few minutes. We need to wrap the show, but I want to say thank you, Shayla, so very much. We want to have you back. So I
Please.
am
Love
I
it.
am asking you to please come back. We
Yes.
you
Absolutely.
on the schedule. You work it out with the fellas, but we have to have our voice, our feminine voice of reason, come on at least once a month. I'm just putting it out there. Reggie,
Got it.
Absolutely.
job well done. Thank you so much, brother.
Well, thank you,
DC,
Shayla, for making
you
it
already
happen.
know, DC.
Of
We're
course.
doing the thing. I'm going to be quiet and let you guys say your last like 15 seconds because we do gotta roll on out. Go ahead, Shayla.
Well, I just want to spread love and positivity. I think that is so important to remember. Like I said earlier, be kind to yourself. We all have those moments of self doubt or just deprecation, but I think really affirming, like Miss Morningstar did, that was so pointed and so just full circle. I had to remember to affirm myself, and I say a little prayer to myself every day, and remain grateful. Gratitude is the attitude for the latitude. So that is
Wow.
what I stand on.
Go ahead, Reggie.
I love it. Well, I'll just leave with this. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value. You are valuable.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Reggie. Go ahead, DC.
I think Shayla's phenomenal. I'm glad she's representative of a positive young Black woman achieving many things, many successes. She's very dynamic and diverse in her goals, and I just love to see our younger females. If you see it, you can achieve it, and
Yeah,
I think Shayla is a prime example of that.
I agree.
absolutely. Thank you, DC. Miss Morningstar.
Everything everybody said and more. Thank you, Shayla, for what you're doing for the community and for our kids. They say it takes a village. So we definitely want to support your cause coming on March 29th. Thank you for coming on and blessing the show today, this morning. We appreciate
Of
you.
course. And if I could just say one more thing, I do want to give all glory to God, my creator.
Amen.
And that is
Yes.
one thing. I love the
Amen.
thanks, but all the light and glory goes back to him because it wouldn't be
Amen.
possible if I did not have him in my life.
Amen.
Amen.
You're
I
listening to
received
Our
that.
Plugs, the Community Connection. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Y'all, it's
Thank you,
DJ
Shayla.
Kay and Miss
You're welcome.
Have a good
Morningstar.
one.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.